Every interview you do, the reporter ends up lecturing you, giving you a moral lecture. And I just lived in D.C. for too long. And you are not the sleaziest person. Sorry. You may have the longest prison term, but you are not the most deserving. You are, in my opinion, the funniest member of Congress I've ever seen. How in the world did you get 7 years in prison?
I asked myself.
I bet you do.
I'm the fastest member of Congress to get indicted in the history of Congress.
When one of the charges against you, I just read, is identity theft?
Yes. Having donors on reoccurring donations does not constitute identity theft per se. Right. And
so can you explain what that means? So in other words, if I give my credit card to a charity or a bundler like ActBlue, they keep charging it. Like
if there's a checkbox, right? Yeah. You're supposed to select that when you're doing the donation. If you don't deselect that, and this is a big issue, I agree in hindsight. So I bought a new suit here or there, or I got Botox. Apparently they said it was okay for $800, although despite the fact that I've spent thousands of dollars on Botox of my own money, but I spent $800 of the campaign funds on Botox.
Are you worried that Botox like affects your brain after a while?
You know, no matter when I die, I'm always going to have great skin. And you're all going to see that, but you're never going to know that my liver's falling apart.
So sometimes when people sell products on TV, I love this product, I use this product, there's the question in the mind of the viewer, does this guy really use the product? Ask my dogs. Yes. And this is a part of my stockpile of Ready Hour. Completely real.
So you get elected to Congress. What are your first impressions of it? What did you expect and what did you find?
I've learned one thing for the sake of the American people. It's not a serious place. It's essentially an overpaid and a very expensive high school.
Yeah.
That's the energy. I mean, people are pulling fire alarms. People are yelling at each other on the Capitol steps.
They're the stoners, the preppies.
It's just so bad. And then there's the fashionistas, which was, I was alone in that category. Like, I felt so alone. I couldn't even get one of the lady congresswomen to like join me on that. Like, they're all so dull. I'm fun. Okay. I have a self-deprecating sense of humor. I am larger than life, but I know how to be serious. When serious is required, I will sit there. I will freaking give you spreadsheet charts of all the analyses I did of a lot of the spending pork.
Did you find creepy people in Congress?
Oh, tons.
Pervy. Oh, really?
Pervy. I mean,
well, actually,
pervy. I mean,
seriously.
I'm not in the business of throwing friends under the bus,
right?
But in confidence, I've had actually reporters come to me and tell me of how members invite them to their offices. Oh, I have a scoop for you, and then make moves on them.
In the office.
In the office. In their
There's
office.
There's some weird sex stuff going on in Congress now. I keep hearing about this. Was that your experience?
My experience was that it's a dirty place. One of my staffers. There's something called the cages in Congress, which is a storage unit for us, right? Those are the congressional cages. And we're like, there's some stuff in the cages we might want to go check before we order supplies. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me go there with you guys. He's like, no, boss, you shouldn't go there. I'm like, why? And he's like, well, there's some rumors. People are going down there and having sex. I'm like, wait, is this serious? So it happens. Like, what am I going to do? Be the cock blocker, the sex police? I don't have time for that.
But why in the government building? Like, everyone has a house, right?
Can I tell you something? I think part of it is this dominance fetish problem that they have in DC.
Interesting. What is that?
It's the power. Like, we're in Congress. I'm a staffer of the Hill and you're coming here to service me. That's the mentality, whether you're a member or a staff or whatever, it's a dirty mentality. And
are members of Congress sleeping with each other?
There's a few.
Yeah.
But consensual.
Yeah, well, I assume consensual.
Consensual adults who are out of their, relationships at this point.
Can you tell who the freaks are?
The freaks in Congress?
Yeah.
I can't. You know what? I'll say this to you. The freakiest member in Congress is a very good friend of mine.
Oh, she is?
He is.
He is? Oh, is there a lot of partying up there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the amount of alcohol, the sheer volume of alcohol in Congress is staggering.
I know.
Everything is a party, right? So think of all those late nights voting, right? Some members, Tucker, would show up so wasted. They would have to sit in the cloakroom and hand their voting cards to sober members to go do their job. That happens. I've seen it.
Well, that's illegal.
Well, that's what I said. It's criminal.
Wow.
You know, it's not hard to pull up flight logs and do like a tabulation of like, wait, how could you be in two places at the same time? The FAA keeps strict flight logs.
Yes, they do.
It's not very hard to prove that what I'm saying is fact. It's just do an investigation and you'll see.
Why don't congressional reporters ever write any of this stuff?
It's hard to know. To their defense, it's hard to know if a member is there or not. Imagine 435 people. From a bird's eye view, when you're in the gallery, they look like ants, right? They're just like scrambling. And wait, I didn't stay still. I would go from one end to the other. It's impossible to keep track.
I just wanted to tell you, I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. That was like Dada. That was like performance art. That was just incredible. On the volleyball team at Baruch, that's like, I wish I'd thought of that. I'm sorry. I know I will be attacked.
The volleyball story, a lot of people don't understand.
So what is the volleyball story? Tell us the volleyball.
I had a GOP chairman in the district. I know everything about volleyball, but I've never really played because I never really went to college. So I said, I'm just going to make up I went to college, played volleyball, and I can have some sports analogies and he'll like me. And it worked. I'm sorry.
My favorite was you had said, or you were perceived to have said, I have no idea what you actually said, but people would say he pretended to work at Goldman Sachs and he didn't, as if working at Goldman Sachs was something to be proud of.
So that was another thing.
That's hilarious to me. Like they're mad that you didn't work at Goldman Sachs. Like,
I guess.
What?
That's where Tulsi actually really got me.
Oh, she did?
And I tried to explain, and then I said, it's just going to go over everybody's head. I worked for a company and we contracted work with them for the sake of embellishing. And everybody embellishes a resume. That's an actual fact. I'm not saying you should, but everybody likes to make them feel a little bit more important. So I put it on there.
I mean, how long can this continue? Does anyone there think like, okay, Congress doesn't actually make meaningful decisions. They passed all their power to the president, the executive, to the agencies.
They don't leverage.
Joke, and they're having sex in the basement. Like, how long does this go on?
I don't think if Congress... I hate using this as an example because it can be viewed as a terrible way. But did you ever watch a show Designated Survivor with Keith or Sutherland?
No.
Essentially, a terrorist attack happens and a conspiracy happens in the country, and during the State of the Union, the Capitol's blown up.
Yeah.
All government's wiped out. The only person left is a designated survivor, which is the secretary of, I think, HUD. But what that show kind of shows you is Congress was so broken that when they have the clean slate, they bring this whole, I got goosebumps talking about this, but I think what we generally need is a shakeup. We need to clean house.
It's also grotesque. By the way, I forgot to ask you, what did your colleagues think of Trump? Like behind the scenes, what did they say about Donald Trump?
I love seeing the fakery. You know, if I got $1 for every time I heard somebody say he's not going to get elected, this is nonsense, we need to move on from him, I'd be a billionaire.
And they don't like him.
They don't like him, and they're fake. They're very fake, and it's this posturing, and it's painful because I know some of the guys who work for President Trump who vet this crap, and they know obviously they need to play nice or else they're going to stall his agenda.
So you're going away in 24 days. I asked you off camera that I know 1 million people going to prison. I know more people going to prison than most people. And I always ask everybody the same, like, you don't think you deserve the sentence. You think you got screwed. In your case, I agree with you.
I'm a first-time offender.
Yeah, no, it's nuts.
I wasn't even given those credits.
So why not? I mean, if the system's not going to be fair, then why do you have to play along the system? Why don't you just split?
I'm proud. I'm extremely proud. I'd rather go down with the ship.
How do you feel about it? I mean, looking at this long stretch.
Tucker, can I be honest with you?
I hope you will.
I don't know that I survive it. They're putting me in a violent prison. It's a medium facility. I'm not a streetwise guy. I don't know how to fight. I'm a gay man. Statistics tell you what happens to gay men in prison. I don't know that I survive this. I'm being honest. I mean, I can't change that. It's sad. I have a family.
Are you serious?
I'm genuinely serious. People think I'm exaggerating when I say this. I've never had to fight a day in my life. I grew up in a very sheltered life, apartment kid in New York City. I don't have wilderness. I mean, my experience in wilderness, let's call it, I like skiing, but it's just not me. I'm not that guy. I don't know that I survived this. I mean, this could be very much my last interview. And I'm not trying to be over dramatic here. I'm just being honest with you. I look at this as practically a death sentence to what could occur to me. And we've seen this. It's not like I'm saying something out of the ordinary. I'm not built for this. Like, I don't get into physical altercations. You can come in my face, spit. I don't have this urge to be violent. I'm not violent. I'm a total nonviolent human being.
You expect to be visited, and by whom?
So I'm not allowed to, because I'm a high profiler, they call celebrity status. They only allow family members. I don't know what my technology situation is right now. If I'm going to have access to technology, that's dicey. Two of my employers said that I can keep writing for them from prison. They don't mind.
You ever looked at prison TikTok?
Huh?
You ever looked at prison TikTok?
I have not. No.
I haven't either, but I was just hearing about it the other day. Apparently, prisoners are all over TikTok. But we'll be here, and I hope you are rescued before you have to serve the time, and I hope that if you're not, that it's redemptive, and I hope either way you'll come back.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
George Santos, good to see you.
Dr. Carlson, thank you for having me.
So it turns out that YouTube is suppressing this show. On one level, that's not surprising. That's what they do. But on another level, it's shocking.